Smoke filled the sky like a wounded memory, dark, desperate, and choking. Sirens wailed through the evening air as people gathered on the sidewalk, their faces lit by the flickering orange glow of a burning apartment building. Everyone watched in horror, but no one moved forward. The fire roared like an angry beast, consuming everything in its path. And then, through the haze and panic, a woman stepped out from the alley. Her clothes were torn, her hair tangled, and her hands trembling from the cold. She had no name people knew, only the face of someone who had long been forgotten by the world. To most, she was just the homeless woman who slept near the train station, talking softly to stray cats and clutching a small blanket she called her home. But at that moment, when the smoke curled and screams pierced the night, she didn't see flames or danger. She saw a shadow in the window. A small hand, a child's face. Without a second thought, she ran. The crowd shouted for her to stop. Someone tried to grab her arm, but she slipped away, darting into the inferno like a ghost from another world. Heat slammed against her face, her lungs filled with black air. But her heart didn't care. It just beat wildly, screaming louder than the fire itself. There's a child in there. Up the stairwell she went, coughing, crawling, following the faint sound of crying. The hallway was an ocean of smoke. Her eyes burned, her skin blistered, but she pushed forward until she found a small boy, curled in the corner of a room, clutching a stuffed bear that was half melted. "It's okay, baby," she whispered through the rasp in her voice. "I've got you." He looked up, dazed, tears cutting clean lines down his suit-covered cheeks. She wrapped her arms around him, pulling him close, shielding him with her body as another part of the ceiling crashed down nearby. "Close your eyes, sweetheart. Don't look. We're getting out." With every step, her body grew weaker. The fire clawed at her clothes, her throat felt like sandpaper. But the boy's small heartbeat against her chest gave her strength. Somehow, through smoke and chaos, she made it down the stairs and stumbled out the door into the open air. People gasped. Firefighters rushed forward. The boy was alive. The woman collapsed to the pavement, half conscious, the world spinning around her. The crowd cheered the rescue, but she couldn't hear any of it. Her mind was fading into the dark, suit still clinging to her eyelashes. As medics took the child away, he reached out, small fingers brushing against her hand. "Don't go," he whispered. But she was already slipping away, a faint smile on her lips. Hours later at the hospital, the boy's father arrived. A sleek black car pulled up to the emergency entrance. The man who stepped out was known across the city, Ethan Clark, CEO of one of the biggest real estate firms in the country. He was a man who had built towers from dust, turned companies around from ruin, and never missed a board meeting. People called him the Miracle Builder. But tonight, his perfect world was cracking. His son, Liam, had been left home with a babysitter while he attended a meeting. He hadn't even known the building caught fire until his phone lit up with frantic messages. Now, his chest ached with guilt. When he entered the hospital room and saw his son alive, his knees almost gave out. He hugged the boy tightly, tears falling freely. Tears the world had never seen him cry. But then, between the gasps and gratitude, his son asked one question that stopped him cold. "Daddy, where's the lady who saved me?" Ethan froze. "What lady?" "The lady from the street," Liam said softly. "She was dirty and sad, but she came for me. She said I'd be okay. I want to see her." The words pierced deeper than any wound could. Ethan turned to the nurse, demanding, "Where is she?" The nurse hesitated, looking down the hallway. "She's in recovery. Severe burns, smoke inhalation. She doesn't have any ID, no insurance. We're not even sure of her name," she said. "She doesn't belong anywhere." Something inside Ethan broke. He walked through the sterile halls until he reached the small room at the end. There she was, frail, wrapped in bandages, her face pale but peaceful. Machines hummed quietly beside her. For a moment he just stood there. The man who had everything, money, power, status, felt small. He realized this stranger had risked her life for something he couldn't buy with all his fortune humanity. When her eyes fluttered open, she looked confused. "Is the boy safe?" "Yes," Ethan said softly, his voice thick with emotion. "He's safe because of you." A tear slipped down her cheek. "Good," she whispered. "That's all that matters." "What's your name?" he asked gently. She hesitated. Grace, she said after a long pause. Grace Miller. He smiled faintly. That's a beautiful name. You've lived up to it more than anyone I've ever met. She tried to laugh, but it turned into a cough. I'm just a nobody, sir. People walk past me every day like I don't exist. I didn't do it to be seen. I did it because of someone should. Those words struck him like a thunderclap. Ethan sat beside her, his expensive watch glinting under the dim hospital light. You're wrong, he said, his voice trembling. You're not nobody. You're everything this world has forgotten how to be. That night, he stayed by her bedside. When she fell asleep, he made a call. To his assistant, his lawyer, his PR team, but not for the usual reasons. He wanted her cared for. He wanted her life to change. By morning, the story had spread across the city. Homeless woman saves child from fire. Headlines called her a hero, social media overflowed with praise, donations poured in. But Grace didn't care about fame. She just wanted to know the boy was okay. When she was discharged weeks later, she walked out of the hospital to find a car waiting for her. Ethan was there, holding his son's hand. Liam ran up to her and hugged her legs tightly. I told Daddy I want you to come home with us, he said. Grace froze. Home, Ethan smiled. You gave me back my son. Let me give you back your life. Tears filled her eyes. I don't know how to live in your world, she whispered. Then let me show you, he said gently. Because the truth is, you saved more than just my son. You saved me too. The city watched as the woman once invisible walked into a new beginning. And though she never asked for recognition, Grace became the living proof that sometimes the poorest hearts carry the richest souls, and one act of kindness can rewrite more than just a story. It can rebuild lives, heal wounds, and awaken what money never could: the power of being human.